Hello, welcome to today's edition of the Trade Ideas Trading Room Recap. It's Wednesday, February the 12th. My name is Barry Anderson, and I'm the moderator of the Trading Room. This is the address to get into the Trading Room. You can log in as a guest or use your Facebook or your Twitter account to log in. Most of us are in the room from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday to Friday, but the room is open 24/7. I do monitor it, so if you have any questions you'd like to post, perhaps about the program itself or something you read in the room today, feel free and I'll attempt to answer you as quickly as I can. Now, most of us have the Trade Ideas program, and basically what we do with the program is we create various trading strategies. All of us have different types of trading strategies, and what happens is you create windows like this, and during over the course of the day, the windows start filling up with different symbols which meet the criteria of your trading strategy. This is one that I use a lot. This is my custom setup, what I call my custom setup. It's a strategy that has been optimized using an add-on tool we have called the Odds Maker. This is another one that I use a lot right now. I'm looking for bounces in the market. And I've been quite successful at it actually over the last several weeks, so I'm going to continue to use it. Now, what I do in this blog is basically go over the trades that I took that I actually posted in the room. And these are all real-time trades, and I indicate the when or the price I entered and also the exit points. So let's take a look at some of the trades that I did today. The first trade that I did today was Owens Corning, OC. Now, this came as a result of an alert right here. Here it is, and it was at 9.48, and the price was 44.75. So you can see right here, it happened right about this level here, and it really moved quickly. Okay, and I had to really scramble to get in, even at this price at 44.92. And you can see that this candle moved all the way up. This is just a 2-minute candle. So this went from 44.48 all the way up to 45.39. So almost a dollar move in a 2-minute candle. So this is what this particular strategy is all about. It's trying to find momentum plays. Now, I have to admit, I usually don't like to take trades as early as this one. I usually like the market to settle down a little bit, but I decided to take this one. And what happened is I was able to get after this candle hit here, and then it moved back down again, and then it spiked higher. I actually took my profit at 45.40 on this particular play because I didn't like the way the market was acting at the time. It hasn't settled down enough for me. And as I say, it was a little bit out of my comfort zone for taking this trade as quickly as I did. So I was happy to take the trade, and I was literally in and out within about 4 minutes. So nice way to start the day. And as you can see, I was very fortunate to get out when I did because it definitely was weak for the rest of the day. So not typical for this particular strategy to see something grow so weak afterwards, but nonetheless, I did take the trade and it was profitable. The second trade I took was IP, International Paper. Now, this one was based on my bounces. All the rest of the trades I did today were based on my bounce plays. So what my bounce play is looking for, it's the filters I have in place basically show me stocks that are getting into, in theory, an oversold situation. And so we're looking for then a bounce off the low, and I mean, that's the theory of it. Now I'm telling you that generally yesterday, this strategy worked very well. The market was strong most of the day, and so you would think even a stock that is losing ground, the overall market can just help lift it at certain points, and that's why the bounce play on days like that are much better than on days like today. But I wanted to, so consequently, when I get into a bounce play on a day like today, I'm not expecting as much. I really am not. So what happened is I was alerted to this stock right around this area here, and my goal is to get in over the low, or excuse me, the high of this last red candle. Okay, and that's in essence what I did. I mean, this was about 48.09, the high of the candle, and I was able to get in at 48.11. And it took a little spike up and it chopped around a little bit and then it started to move up fairly nicely. And I actually sold the first half at 48.43 and I watched it chop around a little bit more, and then at this point I exited the second half at 48.38. So you can see that, I mean, not fantastic, 48.11 to a top of 48.43 for half the shares I had, but as I said in the trading room, you can only trade what the market is going to give you on certain days, and so I realized that was probably what was going to happen. Now, if I look later on in the day, it did definitely finish higher, but I mean, I would have been stopped out. I would have stopped myself in this area, certainly on the second half. So, wasn't really complaining. The third trade I took was NetApp and it took it right over here. So the same sort of thing. Here it is. It is being sold off, sold off, sold off. I was alerted to it right around 43.68. And I'm sorry, I was alerted right around this level. And then you see this little green candle. It poked in right above here, and now I probably, and and hindsight is great. I should have waited for it to go over 43.72, which is the high of this red candle. But for whatever reason, I thought it stabilized enough, and so I took the trade right there, right in this level here at 43.68. It's tried to move up a little bit, but then as it was coming down, I exited the trade for a loss, a 7 cent loss. Now, one of the things I do like about this particular strategy is that generally, when I get into the trade, I have a decent stop. I mean, this is only I mean, I was basically going to stop myself out at the low of that last red candle, and so I had a 7 cent stop in place. So I didn't need to get too much for a decent risk reward. The other thing I like about the strategy is generally I'm going to know if it's working almost immediately, and it's not a lot of hanging around for this particular strategy. Um, so got stopped out, but again, I tend to really minimize my losses, and as I say, so it just took a 7 cent loss. Now the third one or fourth trade I did was rig, and this was very similar. Again, I'm looking. This is the bounce, or sorry, the sell off coming down here, and I was probably alerted to it right around in this area. And so now I did wait for the to come. This was the last red candle, and because the previous one I'd been stopped out of, I waited a little bit longer, and I got in the trade at 43.34. It started to move up, and it was holding this area, but then it also fell down below the low, just below the low of that candle. So I stopped myself out for a 5 cent loss. Again, not, I really like the strategy can usually tell you if it's going to work almost immediately. And, yesterday, these ones were just continuing, and that's because the market was strong. And then the last trade I took was Dollar General. So now this one I liked a lot better because, if you look at the other ones, let's just take a look at NTAP. Now, this move down here wasn't that much. So I wasn't really looking for that much as a bounce on this one. Again, I was sort of in what I call my scalp mode for the day because of the market. But then when I saw Dollar General and I could see this nice steep decline, and I was alerted to it in this area right around here. So when I saw this, I thought, okay, well, this one's looking a lot better. And so I was able to get into the trade at 56.16, and it immediately went up and it chopped around this area, and only because the market was a little bit soft and again it was chopping up and down, I decided to get rid of half at 56.26. So only for a dime profit, but I decided to take that sure gain. And in fact, I almost sold here. I was telling the room that literally, if it had gone down one more penny, I was out of the trade. But I was able to hold on, and then I was nicely rewarded because it when it moved up through here, and then when it moved back down, down into this area, I got out at 56.46. So to sum up, I had two of the bouncers didn't work, two of them did work, but the two that didn't work, I lost very little, and the two that did work, certainly made up, well made up for the ones that didn't work. So that was it for today in the trading room in terms of the trades I took. So let me just bring this back up. I just want to show you again how you can get into the trading room. This is the address. I encourage you to come in. We have a great bunch of traders in the room. We all try to help each other. There are no egos here. Okay, we're really truly just trying to help each other. If you have trade ideas already and you need and want to ask some questions, this is a great opportunity too. And so I hope to see you in the room tomorrow. And otherwise, good trading.